Hello and welcome to the first episode of the Across the Pond podcast. I'm your host Alfie McIntyre and I'm here with your other host
Rohan Sond.
to bring you all the latest news and discussions in hip hop.
We're two music industry students from Birmingham, here to bridge the gap between us here in the UK and the US music scene, to give you guys a local and authentic idea on the hip hop and R&B scene. We hope you tune in to hear all the latest. I was thinking, what do you think about rappers having so many features on an album, which already has a lot of tracks?
Are you talking about the Trippie Redd thing?
Yeah.
I know what you mean, because who's on his track list?
There's Travis Scott, Chief Keef, Dirk, literally the whole industry. There's so many people on his album.
Yeah, just pull that up, because I always think I enjoy features. So when I see artists that are listed on a track list, I'm never annoyed about it. But I feel like for some artists, like you're saying Trippie Redd, obviously that Coil Ray album had a lot of features on it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a great standard, and people were saying that it's just putting pressure on people to bail you out, and it's not really your own piece of work. So I get where the criticism comes from. But what do you think anyway?
I mean, looking at this, there's I think 3 solo songs and then the rest have features.
Really? That's a lot.
You got the Future, Chief Keef, Juice WRLD, Lil Baby, Travis, Dirk, Nardo Wick, Kodak Black, and that's just not even half.
And the other thing that gets me with that is it's always it's just stacked with the biggest names in the industry. There's no difference. Those are the features that everyone's trying to get.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's no one up and coming on there. I always feel it's good to. It's always nice when you get a track that has a feature that you've never heard of. I feel just add something to that. So Brent's album had this guy called Genie on it, who I'd never heard of. So when them tracks are good, it's a lot better.
Yeah, or it's even with J. Cole in the off season, he had the song with 21 Savage and that singer Moray. It puts people on.
Yeah.
And it even comes to Astro World as well. There was a lot of features on there, but firstly the way the features were done in terms of them being hidden, and then you got the likes of Don Toliver coming out of nowhere.
Yeah, definitely. That was my favourite from that one.
Yeah.
The Don Toliver one came in and no one really knew who that was. Yeah, and he actually just he outshined Travis Scott on that song.
Yeah, low key.
But I think it also depends on how well you put together an album. You say Travis Scott's he probably had more features on the album than Trippie Redd, but the way that he put together the album and how it fit together so well, I feel that's what makes it that's what makes the difference really.
Yeah,
you can have a lot of features, but how well do you execute them? Yeah. Same with Life of Pablo. That was a Kanye's albums always have a lot of features, but he puts them together so well that it doesn't really matter. It's still his piece of work, But it'd be a shame if every song, you seem to get how every song is for Lil Baby seems to sound the same. And you can tell when a rapper's made a song to get a Lil Baby feature, and hopefully we don't get that sort of stuff.
Yeah, hopefully it's not too much of the same. Obviously there's a Lil Baby, I think 2-3 times. There's Future 2-3 times.
Really?
On Trippie Redd's album, so
that's a lot actually.
Yeah.
But also, to be honest, I'm not a huge Trippie Redd fan, so
yeah.
It depends if I'll even listen to this. So
yeah. I mean, to be honest, this is probably one of the first major hip hop albums, rap albums to come out of the US this year so far. Hasn't really been many albums that have been released so far.
No, that's
2023,
true.
So.
And also, Trippie Redd hasn't really done much hip hop music recently.
No.
I've heard from people that he's done a lot of experimenting with psychedelic rock and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I would guess it will be interesting to hear what he's been working on, and hopefully it's some good stuff. Like, he does have songs that I really like, so
yeah.
hopefully it's some good stuff.
And this is his first release in about 2 years as well, so you can tell, like, you'll be able to tell whether he's taking his time on it or not. So,
and if you think about it, for the era that like Trippie Redd came up in, that's quite a bit of a break for between albums.
yeah, definitely.
A lot of the time with the new artists, you don't get them. You get them, so you get an album a year pretty much.
Yeah.
But
unless you're young, but you get it every other
yeah,
week.
exactly. So I guess we'll see how it is.